What do Harry Potter, Malala Yousafzai, and Kobe Bryant all have in common? One is a wizard that fights evil. One is the leading advocate for girls' education, and one is one of the best athletes the world has ever seen. What could they all possibly have in common? Well, I'll tell you. They're all leaders. We hear this word thrown around a lot. People say you should be a leader. But what does that really mean? Whether you know it or not, you are already a leader. Whether it's taking care of a younger sibling, lending a hand to a classmate on a project, or volunteering to help out with something, you've taken on a position where you're helping to guide and empower others. Energizer. Take a minute to pause this video and write down 5 words that come to mind when you think of leadership. I hope you're pausing. Done? Well, at its core, leadership means building a vision and helping to guide those around you to navigate this vision and use their voices. The thing is, there are so many ways to do this, to build a vision and to guide those around you to that vision. So, take a minute to think about how those words that you wrote down relate to that definition of leadership. As humans, all of us are different. So as you can imagine, we all have a different approach to how we lead. So let's go over a few different styles of leadership. And as we're talking, start thinking about which ones you like most. Number 1, transformational leadership. This type of leadership is when leaders and followers constantly raise each other to higher standards of success and motivation. This type of leader inspires others to reach for the impossible, to look beyond just themselves, and constantly encourages others. Some people that have been described as transformational leaders include Walt Disney, Coco Chanel, Aristotle, and Cleopatra. Number 2, servant leadership. In this style of leadership, the primary goal is to serve others. Servant leaders make the needs of others the highest priority. Servant leaders encourage others to use their voices and share their opinions, empower those around them, let empathy guide their actions, and work to help heal and grow their communities. Some servant leaders you might have heard of include Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, and Eleanor Roosevelt. Number 3, visionary leadership. Visionary leaders are people who have big ideas and can inspire others to get there. Visionary leaders are people that can get others excited, that can get others behind a shared goal, can bring people together, and can most importantly, earn trust for their big, crazy, wild ideas. Notable visionaries: Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, and Madonna. These are just 3 types of leadership, but there are so many more. And remember, you don't have to be just one type of leader. The type of leader you are might change depending on what situation you're in. But start thinking about what types of leadership inspire you, what types of leadership resonate with you, and start learning how to be the best leader you possibly can be by understanding what leadership style you want to use. Now that we've heard a little bit about different types of leadership, also take some time to reflect about times where you've led your community in the past, whether it was leading a group project or watching your sibling or anything else. Think about what leadership tactics you used, what was successful, what wasn't, and what from these leadership styles might you take to become a stronger, more impactful leader? How can you be more effective? How can you inspire others? Just take some time to think about these things and think about what you can do to become a more impactful, more effective leader. thing is certain. There is no one way to lead. But I can still let you in on a couple of tips about how to be the most impactful and effective leader. Number 1, be passionate. When you are leading, do it because it's something that you care about and something that you're genuinely interested in. If you're enthusiastic and passionate and care about what you're doing, that will spread off on your team and allow everybody to be more excited about accomplishing the vision you all set forth. Number 2, serve as a role model. If you're encouraging your team to do something or act with a certain behavior, you should embody that yourself and act as a role model. Number 3, amplify the voices of others. As a leader, you want to make sure that everyone is being heard. You want to make sure that your team is encouraged to have their own ideas. Your team is only made stronger by allowing others to speak their mind and run with the ideas they may have. Number 4, communicate. Make sure you and those around you are clear about your intentions and goals. Make sure your team understands your goals and your vision, and make sure everybody knows their own role in accomplishing that vision. Number 5, constantly look to improve. As human beings and as leaders, we are constantly growing and evolving. Make sure that when you're in positions of leadership, reflect on those situations and experiences. Find places that you can learn from. Understand when you made a mistake. Because all of these experiences, all of these situations, all of them are lessons on how we can improve ourselves and become constantly better. You may be wondering, why should I be a leader? Well, my answer is this. The world is a big place, waiting for new ideas, new talent, and change to the systems that just don't work. Your voice, your story, your identity, and your journey are important. The world is waiting for you. You don't have to wait till you're an adult to become a leader. So be a leader today, right now. Remember, you are powerful. You are never too young to lead, and you can and will change the world. See you next time.